Hey, how are you guys doing today? I wanted to talk about a little bit about spiritual awakening and what happens as you're kind of navigating this process of spiritual awakening and how it affects your reality, and issues of maybe having some anxiety about that. It's perfectly normal, and I think a lot of most people who are going through spiritual awakening will have some anxiety at different times. Sometimes it may feel stronger than other times. You may like have a panic attack, and feel that. There's a lot of reasons for that. Try not to overthink it too much. Sometimes panic attacks and anxiety can be tied to your past and things that are triggering, things in the environment that are triggering emotional flashbacks to things that happened in your past. And also your map and perception of reality, that map that you hold in your head of what reality is now being updated. So if you think of it as like a software that has a map and belief systems and things in it, it's being updated. And as that's being updated, sometimes information will come in faster and there's more updates all at once, and other times you'll have like a kind of like a break or relief from it. So that accounts for why sometimes you'll have more anxiety and other times you'll feel maybe more spiritually connected and more calm. One thing you can do is practice meditation and stillness if you're able to do that. I know that some people are not really able to just sit and be still because they get attacked by lots of thoughts that are coming into their head, kind of giving you anxiety. But if you can sit, whether it's at home or in nature or on a bench somewhere, and just sit and just be still, meaning just don't move anything and just sit and be still and just feel the energies around you, and try to access the good energies and calm energies around you, and kind of filter out negative things and aggressive energies that may be there. And if you can't do that kind of meditating, sometimes you can do walking. There are different kinds of things you can do. Some people do better with doing some exercise or listening to music, and just kind of do something that will calm and regulate your nervous system in a way that calms down that anxiety. And just try not to think of it when that happens. Don't think like towards the future, overthinking it too much. Like, I'm having anxiety, that's going to keep happening, because it's kind of will be like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's just that's what's happening right now. And yes, I'm having maybe some anxiety. Let's do something to alleviate it. And now let's move on. Do some more, research on spirituality, things you're interested in, some practices of spirituality that you enjoy, whether it be yoga or maybe drumming circles. Or anything that you enjoy that makes you feel spiritually connected and that makes you feel confident, calm, passionate about your personal expansion and development, and it just gives you that feeling that everything really is going to be okay. Everything really is going to be okay, and whatever people are doing around you, you can't really control that, and there's always going to be sometimes hostile energies and things around you. You try to avoid as best as you can, kind of go through situations. I had one last night at the Walmart, actually. I guess I could share the story. I wasn't planning to, but now it came to my head. I was all calm and kind of in the calm zone, and I tried to get through Walmart with a child that I had with me, a teenage child I had with me, that I took out to the store, that has some behavioral issues. Sometimes they're not too bad, but sometimes there's behavioral issues, and the best way to deal with it really is just to calmly continue with what I'm doing. And so the teenage child kind of sat someplace when I was checking out that really wasn't bad. I mean, they were sitting on the floor, but they were off to the side, kind of. I was checking out in the aisle, and they kind of sat up against the other checkout. The store was getting ready to close. There was hardly anyone in there. It was no big deal. And the cashier just like attacked me. She's like, they can't sit there like that. They're going to get run over by a cart. And I was like, ugh, I don't really think they're going to get run over by a cart. Like, there's nobody in the store, and they're like, they're on the edge of this thing. I don't know. The only way someone could run them over is if the person like ran the cart into the counter there. And then I asked the child once, I said, maybe you should get up. It's making, people uncomfortable. And they didn't really respond. And I know from experience with, teenagers and kids that have certain autism or Asperger's or behavioral issues, you don't want to get into a big argument with them. I was almost done. I had like 3 things for her to check out. All she had to do was check me out, and I would have the kid up off the floor out of her way. But no, she keeps arguing with me. And I'm like, the amount of arguing we're doing, this is taking more time. I would already have been gone, and she's like, wait, they can't sit there on the floor. Somebody's going to run. If they get hurt, I was like, if they get hurt, it's my responsibility. Don't worry about it. Let's just check my things out. I'll get them up off the floor and we'll be out of your way. And she keeps arguing. And then she says, why are you arguing with me? I was like, I'm not arguing with you. I just want you to check my stuff out. I just want you to do your job and bring my stuff out, and I'm going to leave and be out of your way, and you won't have to worry anymore. But what she meant by why are you arguing with me was, why aren't you obeying me? And it was crazy. There's one other customer there, and then that poor person is like uncomfortable because this keeps going on. I don't want to argue. I just want her to check me out so I can leave. Obviously she had all this aggressive energy. I wanted to get away from it. I wanted to get the kid away from it. The kid now is like shut down because they're feeling all this aggressive energy. Now they're just like this, like they're like closed in, sitting there trying to protect themselves from all this aggression. I'm like, look, this kind of energy you're sending, this isn't going to deal with the situation at all. With this, the person, they're not in the way, they're not causing you any problems. Your aggression is upsetting them, and I can't drag them up off the floor. I'm not going to physically grab them, drag them up. There's nothing I can do. They're sitting there. I asked them to get up. They said no. Now all this aggression's coming. I can't get the kid up off the floor. I'm going to get them up. As soon as we're done checking out, they're going to follow me out the door. And she's like, why are you arguing with me? It was just really awful. I just wanted to get through and leave. And it was just so crazy. I don't know what she wanted me to do. I mean, there are certain circumstances, nothing I could do. The kid sat there. It was maybe socially a little bit not quite appropriate to sit there, but the store's ready to close. They weren't in the middle of the aisle. It wasn't a big deal. They just happened to be sitting on the floor next to the other checkout counter. Really wasn't a big deal. And the longer she took arguing and being aggressive, and I wasn't obeying her by making them get up, which I couldn't do, it was made us there longer. So the whole situation was made longer by this aggression. So finally she checks me out. I grab the kid. I'm like, come on, let's go. They followed me out, no problem. And, but that I felt all this negative energy that she kind of, sent at me. And I was like, ugh. And I want to, then I don't want to take that energy out on the kid that I'm with, because they've already been feeling that from her. And how do you calm down from a situation like that? It's not that easy, So I just took some breaths. I was like, what? My day doesn't have anything to do with that nasty lady. Obviously, she had some issues of, she wants her way, and if people don't do what she says, she gets raging. Maybe she's got some narcissistic traits or something going on there. I don't know, but it doesn't have to do with me. It doesn't have to do with my day. It's done now. I don't have to carry it with me and continue. Maybe she just didn't like me when she saw me. Some people just don't, there are people, that carry a lot of aggressive, negative energy, and when they run into somebody who's kind of a love and light person, they just don't like you. It happens. You got to get over it. I get over it. So, I take the kid to the car and, just try to change topics, start talking about other things. I told them, I said, I really feel like she was unjust. She was really aggressive, with you and with me. And that happens sometimes, but it doesn't have to, we don't have to carry it. And the kid listened to music. They got over it. And, after a little while, I was a little stressed, but I kind of let it go. So you're going to run into these people. You can't do a whole lot. You can't do a whole lot. Even if you're trying to work with them and be logical and then explain, it doesn't make any difference. So let it go, let it go. And even if you were to react in a way, maybe, I don't really think I did, but I don't know, maybe I argued with her more than I should have or something. I don't know. But there, you don't have to judge yourself or, carry that kind of thing with you. Things happen. It's just like, almost like you were kind of dropped down into this life, and now this is part of the video game that you're walking through, and you happen to go through that path of the video game or something. Reality is really more plastic and malleable than people see it to be. So if you get really attached to the storyline, your storyline or the storyline of the day, this is what happened to me today, you're going to get a lot more anxiety over that. So just focus on yourself, your spiritual awakening, as reality is opening itself up in front of you, and you're seeing that your map of reality before may have been really kind of false, and now you're seeing things in a different way. You can see people's energies and maybe sometimes situations in a different way than you did before, and sometimes it gives you more anxiety than you would have had before. Because now you're in a situation that you've maybe been in before, but you're perceiving it differently from a different map. So it's new and kind of got to, I guess, get used to it. But you'll be okay. Continue with your spiritual awakening. Try not to overthink anxiety when it happens. Do things that are calming. Pay attention to your foods and things that you're intaking into your body, and pay attention to people that you're surrounding yourself with. You want to be as much as possible around people that give you support and protection. Support and protection as opposed to anxiety, stress, and aggression. And that's it for now. Peace. Love and light and peace.